Hi guys, FreDDie here. A little bit late, but always on time with FreDDie's Pathetic Picks Week 17 for the NFL. Just a reminder to let you know how good I really am. Last week, 12-4 in Week 16, 12-4. Find another pundit that picks games better than me. I pick them based on how I feel. I have zero knowledge of football, other than I am a fan, and I call them the way I see them. Let's get down to today's picks. On Thursday night, the 6-9 Jets are going to go see Cleveland at 10-5 in Cleveland. Okay, 8:15 game, seen on Prime or whatever. That game, Cleveland's going to go to 11-5 because they're going to beat the Jets, even though the Jets did win last week, beating the Redskins. So, I mean, everybody's going to beat the Redskins. The Redskins, again, are on the suck list. Cleveland, legit playoff team, probably going to make it easily wild card, but they got to keep winning. But they're going to go, Scott, don't worry, and they are going to win. So that's tonight's game, and that game starts at 8:15. Then we got a Saturday game this week. Saturday game, kind of a significant game. You've got the 11-4 Lions playing the 10-5, and recently losers to the Dolphins, the greatest football team, Dallas Cowboys. They're playing at Texas Stadium. They're playing in Dallas. Dallas, it's going to be hard for them to lose 2 in a row. I think Detroit, what they do last week, they came off a win off of Minnesota. Minnesota's on the suck list anyway. So I'm going to actually go out on a limb here, and I'm going to pick, and I'm writing these down as I go, I'm going to pick the Cowboys. All right, because I just don't see the Cowboys losing 2. And plus, I think, not positive, I think they're undefeated so far at home this year. Then we go to Sunday. And Sunday, you got the game of the day, 1 o'clock, is your greatest team in the NFL, the Miami Dolphins, going up to Baltimore, Maryland, to play the Ravens. This game has significant playoff implications. They could be playing for the number 1 seed in the AFC and playing for a bye week. So the Dolphins are 11-4. The Ravens are 12-3. They're a damn good football team. As much as I dislike the Ravens, it's mostly because of their history. Because how do you have a guy whose shoes murder somebody, but he's not there in the shoes? I'm still trying to figure that out. But the guy, ends up in a Hall of Fame, and then he's on ESPN. And he's a murderer. And, well, his shoes are murder. Yet, and there ain't no Bruno Magli's, OJ, that's what I'm saying. Anyway, Dolphins, Ravens, this is the upset special. Dolphins go up and beat the Ravens up there in Baltimore. I remember going to, when the Colts were in Baltimore, my uncle took my cousin and I from Richmond. We went up to a Dolphins game against the Colts, and it was the Fog Bowl. It was so foggy. We were so high up that, until the fog lifted, we didn't even know we were playing. It wasn't the official Fog Bowl, but it was a bad day. Baltimore also won that day. My uncle said, take your hat off, because he was afraid we were going to get our butts kicked in Baltimore. Crazy. People in Baltimore are wonderful people. But the Ravens are going to lose on Sunday. Other funny story, when Ricky Williams went to Baltimore, I happened to be up there on business, and I was at the sports bar, and they were doing a radio show, and Ricky Williams was there. So I'm at the sports bar with Ricky Williams, and I get in line to ask a question. And of course, everybody's asking Ricky about this, that, and the other thing. And I go up to him, I go, Ricky, so when you go in the Hall of Fame, will you go in as a Dolphin? And boy, did I get booed. I got lots of boos for that. I don't know I can't remember how he answered that. I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame. Anyway, let's go to Patriots and Bills. Patriots, 4-11. They won last week in a squeaker. Interesting game last week. The 4-11 Patriots got to be careful. They don't want to lose that number 1 pick. They're playing the Bills at Buffalo. Hopefully it's going to snow. Pray for some snow. Maybe we'll get some snow. 1 o'clock Sunday. Bills, Patriots. I'm taking the Bills in that one. Even though I'd like that, a little help from the Patriots, quite frankly. Then we got the Falcons at 7-8 against the Bears at 6-9. This is the mediocre teams of the day. I don't like the Falcons. Bears are better. Bears are at home. I'm taking the Bears there. And we got the Tennessee Titans, okay, against the Houston Texans. Okay, so the Titans used to be the Oilers and the Texans used to be the Oilers. So it's a battle of the Oilers and neither team has the name anymore. The Titans are 5-10 and quite frankly, a team that was kind of ascending a couple of years ago and looked to be a playoff team. They're really on the suck list now. They're playing the Texans 8-7. Texans need a win. I think they're trying to keep a playoff hope alive. So I'm going to go with Texans on that one. And I'm going to take the Texans over the Titans. Only because, you got to. Raiders against the Colts. 7-8 Raiders against 8-7 Colts. They're playing in Indianapolis. The Raiders. What did they do last week? I think they won. Raiders. Where were they last week? They lost. No, they won. They upset Kansas City. It was one of my losses. So they're on a high and everything. Playing the Colts. Colts are looking for a playoff position. So are the Raiders. Going to be a good game. I'm going to give it to the Colts because the Colts are playing at home. And while I'm not big on home field advantage, I think in Indianapolis you got home field advantage pretty good. Then you have the Kitty Cats playing the Kitty Cats. You got the pathetic, sorry Chuck, but I must say, the pathetic Panthers. These are pathetic picks, and the pathetic picks have the pathetic Panthers at a whopping 2-13 going to play the Jacksonville Jaguars, who had a pretty good game against Tampa. Well, Tampa crushed them, really beat the crap out of them last week, which was interesting. But they're a pretty decent team, and they're going to bounce back, and the Jaguars are going to beat the Panthers, pretty sure, because the Panthers want to hold on to that #1 draft pick. Then you got the Rams of LA, who won last week against the New York Football Giants, who suck. I mean, the Jets are better than the Giants. That's how bad. They're playing at Giants Stadium. LA is coming to the East Coast. I got to think LA is going to win this game, though. So I'm going to take the Rams over the New York Football Giants. And then we go to the other really very good sucky team, which is the Cardinals of Phoenix at 3-12 playing the Eagles, who are 11-4, who I believe, did they lose? What did they do? Where were they? I think I picked against them or something. I don't know. What did I do? Where are they? Hell, I can't even find them now. So, oh, there they are. They won. Yeah, they beat the Giants last week. So, the Eagles are 11-4. They're going to be 12-4 after this because, I mean, who's going to watch that game? The only people who are going to watch this game are the people who live in Philadelphia because that's their team, and the people in Phoenix because they're going to show the Cardinals, but they really would rather watch the Dolphins game. So, that is it, and the 3-12 Cardinals are going to be 3-13. Then we got the Saints against the Buccaneers, 7-8 Saints against the 8-7 Buccaneers. Again, this is for first place in the NFC North or whatever. Bucks got to win. They're at home. I'm going to take the Bucks in that one. So hang on. Let me write down. I took the Eagles. There we go. Let me put week 17 here. I'm taking the Bucks. They're playing at home. They're playing well. They really, I tell you what, Baker Mayfield played very well last Sunday. So I'm going to give him benefit of the doubt. And then we're going to move down to the San Francisco 49ers. Okay? At the Washington Redskins, 4-11. Okay? Playing at the Washington Redskins. So, the 49ers are going to be happy to be out of there. They're going back to the scene of the crime. Because San Francisco, as great a city as it was, is so destroyed by the left. And they're going to go visit the home of the left, which is the Washington Redskins. So anyway, they're going to go in there and they're going to win because the Redskins are terrible. So I'm going to take the 49ers over the Redskins there. Then we got the Steelers-Seahawks, 8-7 versus 8-7. Both teams need to win to stay in. The Seahawks are playing at home, and because of that, I'm going to give the Seahawks that little bit of an advantage as we move to the Chargers at 5-10. Not a good team. Playing the Broncos, a surprisingly good team. And they're playing up at Mile High Stadium. Again, hope for a snow game, but let's go with the Broncos on that one. And then we had the Bengals, the Cincinnati Bengals, 8-7, against the hapless Chiefs, who at one point were 9-3, and they've lost 3 in a row. The question is, are the Chiefs going to lose 4 in a row in their home field at Arrowhead Stadium? Very, very tough game for the Bengals to have to go in because these guys are going to be PO'd. So I'm going to give it to the Chiefs, though. And I'm going to say the Chiefs are going to win that game. Okay, maybe Taylor Swift will be there. So how behave. And then we've got on the last game, the Packers at 7-8 against the Vikings at 7-8. Both teams are just playing for respect. They're playing in Minnesota. The Packers won last week in a thrilling game, if I remember correctly, against the hapless Panthers. I think they pulled out a win. So, I mean, it wasn't like there were huge playoff implications last week. They were playing arguably the first or second or third worst team in the NFL. But they did manage to win there. And because they did manage to win, I'm going to go with the Vikings because I think the Vikings might be the stronger team on that. So that's how we're going. So there you go, guys. No Monday night game because we've got Happy New Year's to everybody. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas. And you've got bowl games going on New Year's Day. So that's thus the Saturday game. So there you have it. FreDDie B's Pathetic Picks for Week 17. Go call your bookie. Maybe don't bet any money. But remember, I did go 12-4 last week. I hope you have a wonderful New Year. Please be safe out there. Remember, nothing really good happens after 12 a.m. So get home early. Don't drink too much. And be careful. And I'll talk to you soon. Ta-ta for now.